Hi, my name is Dee Baunsgaard Lennard, and welcome back to whoever was here before, and welcome to new viewers too. I'm gonna show you how to make a centerpiece or glass vase, and I have this rectangular vase that I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna put branches in as a grid, and we have a few roses, ranunculus. I have stalks and some of these beautiful lace flowers and a few different greens, but we'll see how much we use and we'll see where it goes. I never plan it out too much. That's sort of what makes it a little more exciting. I'm not very good at copying anyway, so it's best to make it new. So I took a branch and I'm gonna twist it up, and I have this little bind wire here, and I'm gonna tie it together so that that will be my grid. At least that's the plan. Tie it a couple of places. And I'll have some branches come out too. And I'll tie those into this grid here. So let's see if we can get this here in here. Like that. And then if I can have this here. There. Maybe this one here. Let's see if I can do that. That's good. And then I just tie these in here, because you can see how it wants to go this way, but I want it to go this way. And the only way I can do that is by tying it on here. Got turned around a little bit. It's okay. And this one goes here. That one could actually come more like this here. I think that's okay. I'll tie that on too. Good. And, oh, I could take this big branch here and just put in as support too. Especially these fresh branches here, you can bend them a little bit. Let's see if I made that too short. Oops. No, that's good. There. And that gives it a really good support, putting it in that way. The other one I probably will have over on the other side, but I'm not totally sure yet. So we'll just leave that for now. So these are nice and sturdy in here, and I think that's enough grid. I could tape it too with the clear tape, but I am going to attempt to do it without that. Let's see how it goes. I might just start up with a little bit of green in the bottom here, just for a little bit of support. I'm just going to put it on this one side here because my plan was to put the stalk on the other side. I have a single stalk and also a cluster stalk. So I think, let me get these out of the way so you can see. I think these here should go as my base in the bottom here. There. So it's almost like a little hydrangea here in the base. Bottom. And then I have two. So I went to the store yesterday and just grabbed a handful of flowers, and I thought I'll make a video for you. So sometimes that's how it is. I only have two of these here, so I better use them wisely. Sometimes that's how it is. If you practice at home and you go and get some flowers, you don't always have that extra one that you maybe would like to have, but somehow we'll just make it work out. So it always does. Put it in. The more flowers we get in here, the more grid we will also get to. Then it's easier to poke things in. So then these here are a little higher. This here is a little bit lower. I have one more of these stalks here that I think I'm going to put in the bottom. See how it is on this side. There we go. That's good. And then, see, we have that. I thought I would have some roses. I'm sure you all by now seen how these roses here get flexed, but I'll do one of them for you. This is a very easy rose to flex. Some of them are very hard to flex, depending on sort of how tight they are. It's best to let them open really well so that they're not brand new, because certain roses are really hard to flex when they're buds, that they need to have a natural little bit of opening first. There we go. So we will have these come out to this side here. To come up there, and then I'm going to put the rest a little bit lower. Like that. Like this here to come up a little bit higher. See if I can move it a little bit. There. So by putting this rose in the bottom, I bring this color from up here, I bring it down, which is very important when we design, that we have the color coming up. It could have been a different flower with the same color. It doesn't have to be a rose, but in this case here, I'll use the rose. Yeah, I will put that here. And that will cover up sort of this hole that I almost had there. So now you can see that now we have the arrangement is now full enough too that I don't have to think about I have to cover anything more in the bottom. Now I just have to think about how do I want my lines, like how do I add on to my lines and make it a little more whimsical and fun that way. So I will have this branch come in on the other side here. So those are a little higher. So I'm going to try to make this here a little bit lower. Like there. That's good. And then let's try to put some of these here in. They add so much, these here, because that's sort of what gives you that whimsical, true look of. There we go. These flowers are great too, because you can definitely look through it, even though that it's in people's eyesight. It doesn't matter because they can look through these here. Oh. We also want to have things coming out to the side. They're good for that here too. Make sure you can see that. Get one more. This one here, I don't love how that sits. I'll have to come out to the side more, I think. There, much better. Like that. Get one more here. These cute little ones. So nice. They give so much dimension and also somehow value, right? That's another thing. I also have some seeded eucalyptus, which goes really nice with the colors, because in this case here, it is sort of those sort of almost a little more on the blue side, a little more on the cooler side tones. Oh. So the seeded eucalyptus that has that little bit of gray in it works really well with this here too. And I do like to put something in that can break the edge of the vase a little bit so you don't see that edge so well. Like not all the way around. Something that just breaks it. And I'll show you what I mean. Turn this here around. And the way to do that, it's obviously with something that can hang a little bit. And you can see now how it's just broken a little bit on this side here. And that helps it a lot, right? I'll put some of this here on the other side too. Again, if you had a different flower that could really hang and droop, then you use that instead of. But you can definitely use the same one too. There we go. My branch moved a little bit. It's okay. So that's good. I just have a couple of these ranunculus that I might actually put in just to add that extra little bit of color. The color combination here is really pretty as it is, but I will add it in just, it adds a little more color because we're starting to wait for spring now. So a little bit of extra color is always nice. These here, I had to wire these here because they wanted to bend their head. The good thing about it when you wire them is that you can bend them a little bit to where you want them to go. So I actually put the wire in from the top and down because they have so many knots at the bottom that it's very, very hard to wire them up through the stem from the bottom. So since I only have two, I'm going to put them here. I have some little buds too that I can use. And then they just sit there like that. And then I have these really cute little buds here. That's going to make it extra whimsical too. Nice tall one here. Put that in here. So always keep these little buds here. I'm sure you do when you clean all your ranunculus because they are the best for adding that extra little life into the arrangement. I kind of want to show you a little bit in here too about how we use the lines, because there is a little bit of lines in it. There always is. I think there should be. But it should be so that the average person is not necessarily thinking about it, but it's just there because we know that it should be there. And that's how it is with, there's purple here and purple coming over this way. There's roses up and there's roses down. And the same when I put these here in now, I have to get it up and I also have to get it down. In a perfect world, I could have a couple of these peats, ranunculus down low, but I have enough of these little buds here that can actually make up the color lower. When you have good lines in your arrangement, you also can get away with using less flowers, I find, because a lot of these new designs have so many flowers and it is beautiful, but not always do we have a budget that allow for that many flowers. And so it's very important that we know how to do it with less flowers too, right? Let me take this away so you can see it more clearly. Because I think I'm kind of happy with this here now. Just flex this here a little bit more. Yeah. Nice and airy, not too tight. There is flowers definitely in the bottom. That makes it, and that gives me also that grid that I so badly need. We always need that, especially with these here. And also if you do this here for a party, it has to go on transportation and it has to be able to handle that and not totally move too much. So a really good grid is always important. And if you need to, I would just tape it. If you feel bad about that, tape it 100%. It's very important that you don't have to redo too many things when you arrive on site at a venue. This one here is bugging me. We'll get it right eventually. What else can I tell you? I think the important thing is also, if you do this here for parties, you obviously take the time to make a sample. If you haven't done something before, you can just copy. Really take the time. And remember that don't use all the biggest flowers there is in your sample, because reality is the day that you have to do the event, it sometimes changes the size of those hydrangea or stalks, in this case here, especially stalks. They're not always the same size. So really find sort of that in-between size and make your samples with that. If you might make yourself just a sample, not necessarily for the customer, but you really need to know, if you have to make 20 of these, you need to know that it works, right? Especially with this, just these few flowers that I have here, you have to make sure it works. But otherwise, I think this will be a fun one to practice at home and have some fun with it. And can't wait to see you until next time.